Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the highly anticipated and requested American Girl collection update video. I've been collecting American Girls for technically 23 years. I got my first one when I was 3. I did take a 10-year hiatus, but literally on Christmas Eve morning of 2019, I ordered my first American Girl as an adult, and then things spiraled out of control. This type of video is not intended to brag. This is to really show you guys my collection and what I absolutely love, and I tell you when I got the doll. And I'm a big lover of names, so their names all have very significant meanings for the most part, or sometimes I was like, I just like the name. So I will tell you as much as I can in as short of time as I possibly can. I have them all displayed here on the shelves in the order I got them. I don't like them like this, so I will be putting them back in their particular display order when we are done. But I thought, I have the shelves, let's use this format and see if I like it or not. Not quite sure if I will, so please let me know if you prefer this format or back to where we would do the individual headshots. I will say that this collection I have worked very, very hard for. I have paid for most of it. Originally, my childhood dolls were all gifts from my parents, but only a few have been gifts in my adult collecting days. I will also say that my childhood dolls are quite disheveled because they were very, very loved, and I have done my best to restore them. I do not wish to send them to the doll hospital because they're just too precious to me, and I don't want to part with them and risk something happening. Not that anything would, but anxiety is a thing. So anyway, we're gonna start over here and work our way down and then up and then down and then all the way down to our newest additions. I currently have 72 American Girl dolls. The collection will look a little bit different because I have added dolls and I have also taken dolls away. So I'm gonna get the chair because I am super short, and we're gonna start with Miss Kit Kittredge. This is a very, very special shelf, my friends. These are my original 5 dolls, and these dolls have been through the ringer. So Kit Kittredge over here, this is Margaret Mildred Kit Kittredge, and my parents got her for me when I was 3 going on 4 because I got her in December and then I turned 4 in January. So she looked like me. She was my lookalike at the time. This girlie has been through everything, but somebody who's been through even more than her is Kirsten Larson. Kirsten was a gift from my great aunts and my first visit to the American Girl Place Chicago. This girl, she was my favorite, and you guys know I love her so much. She is my only duplicate. She is my favorite historical, and her middle name, I gave her Taylor after Taylor Swift. This doll is very, very important to me, and there are rumors that she could be coming back. I really hope she does. Speaking of coming back, Molly McIntyre made her millionth comeback to American Girl last year, so hopefully they will be doing that with Kirsten. My Molly I received, I believe, for Christmas. So Kit I got for Christmas, Kirsten was a gift from my aunts, and then I got Molly. And then things got a little crazy. Oh, Molly's middle name is Jean, by the way. I kept her actual middle name, so I didn't really change much with her. Then we have Samantha Kate Parkington and Nellie Catherine O'Malley. I got them for Christmas in 2004 together when Nellie was released alongside Samantha. She was the first best friend doll, so my parents got them for me together in Christmas of 2004. Samantha's middle name of Kate is in honor of my cousin who showed me my first ever American Girl dolls. My dad's cousin had Samantha and Addie, and those were the first American Girls I was ever introduced to. And Nellie's middle name of Catherine comes from CSI. Christmas of 2005, I received Felicity Joan Merriman on the fireplace from Santa and Elizabeth Fiona Cole under the tree from my parents. I love these two. Fun fact about Felicity, that's not her original wig. It is a Felicity wig from her era, but mine was just like splitting at the top. So a friend of mine actually sent me a new one, and I still haven't glued it on, but you know what? That's a trend here on the channel. Felicity's middle name comes from the show Deadwood, and Elizabeth's middle name comes from American Horror Story. Then 2006, I got Emily Vera Bennett. Her middle name comes from Wentworth. And this doll I actually took to the American Girl Place with me, and she also came to an American Girl tea with me. And yeah, she's been a lot of places. I love Emily. She's one of my absolute favorites. These two right here, Elizabeth is my favorite best friend, but Emily is my second favorite best friend because Emily has my favorite hair and eye combo with the red hair and blue eyes. Then in 2007, my mom and dad got me Juliana Avril Albright, and she is a historical Julie Albright doll who I kind of renamed, and her middle name is after Avril Lavigne. And fun fact, this is my dad's favorite doll. Both my parents were born in the 70s, and when I got back into dolls, my dad was like, why don't you have the hippie? And I was like, I do, you bought her for me like 15 years ago. And then you can't have Julie without Ivy. So this is Ivy Ann Ling, Julie's best friend. Her middle name is after my mom's middle name, and she was a gift from my grandparents. One Christmas, they got us all of us girls, they got us each an American Girl. So then I had a Rebecca Rubin doll, but when I got back into doll collecting, I really wasn't feeling her, so I ended up selling her, and I did replace her, don't worry. So I got her in 2009. Up until then, I was getting one doll per year for Christmas and then the occasional two on two circumstances, but I just kind of put them in my display case and I didn't do anything with them for 10 years. Occasionally I'd brush their hair and stuff, but I really didn't touch them at all. So I was at work one day and I just thought about Kirsten Larson, and I don't know why, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go on the American Girl website. I saw that most of my childhood collection had been retired because up until then I only collected historicals, and Girl of the Year was my little sister's thing. So I decided on a whim I was just going to order a doll. And this is Girl of the Year 2019, Blair Wilson, who I have renamed Sophia Catelyn James. Her name is honestly just a combination of a lot of Game of Thrones things. You will see that is a common theme throughout the collection. But I ordered her Christmas Eve morning, 2019, and then things got insane. That same day, Christmas Eve evening, I was at a Christmas Eve and I was bidding on this Girl of the Year 2014 Isabel Palmer doll, and I actually won her. So as you can see, I have eye swapped her. This is Mini Kyla. Isabel is mini me with the exception of the eyes, so I did give her my colored blue eyes, and she's all dressed up in Taylor Swift merch because why the heck would she not be if she's mini me? And she was the first doll I ever fixed up. There really wasn't a lot to do with her, but she is very, very special to me. And I got her Christmas Eve evening, like I said. And then this is Leah Suzanne Clark, Girl of the Year 2016. I gave her my middle name of Suzanne because she was the first doll I ever took out and took pictures of. Leah, I bought on eBay. She was owned by an adult collector in pristine condition, and I bought her on New Year's Eve afternoon when I was on a beach in Hawaii. So Leah's purchase story is really fun. This is Eleanor Page Larkin, historical Mary Ellen Larkin doll. I just really liked the names Eleanor and Page, so, and she is kind of, Page actually comes from like an actress from the 100, but you know, I just really like the names and I thought they were cute together. Eleanor is very important because she was my first in-store purchase. As an adult, my best friend and I went to the American Girl store. It was my first time I had been there in over a decade, and I got Eleanor. I love the 50s because Grease is my favorite movie, so I was like, I have to have the 50s doll. This is Girl of the Year 2012, McKenna Celine Brooks. Her middle name comes from Celine Dion, and she's often referred to as McKenna Celine here on the channel. She was bought in a Facebook group with the doll you will see next, and I love McKenna. I think she's a very, very underrated and underappreciated doll, honestly. Like I said, Caroline Grace Abbott was also purchased with McKenna, so that automatically makes them best friends because anytime I purchase dolls in duos, they become best friends. Caroline did get her hair fixed, but it's not her super tight curls. I just gave her some loose curls. And her middle name of Grace, I just really liked it. And coincidentally, I had a great grandma whose name was Caroline Grace, so I was like, why not? This is Mariska Magdalena Hargitay, and yes, she is named after the actress from Law & Order, if you couldn't tell by her Olivia Benson attire. Technically, she is a Girl of the Year 2020 Joss Kendrick doll, and my mom and dad got her for me for my birthday in 2020. This is Lucy Quinn Mitchell, a renamed Nenea Mitchell doll. Her first name of Lucy comes from Dallas, and her middle name of Quinn comes from Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. And I bought her in February of 2020 using some rewards points. She was my first doll I ever bought with the rewards points, and up until a couple months ago, she was my only Nenea mold. This lovely lady here is Penelope Rose Ewing, and she is basically a character from one of my stories that I have written, and she's kind of an original character from the show Dallas. So Penelope has like a whole personality and backstory that I've actually never shared with you guys, but she was my first custom. This doll, I did everything with this doll. She is just so beautiful. I think she's really pretty. She's a lot different than the customs I have now, but Penelope, these three will forever be my original customs. Anyway, she was created by Dallas Doll Co. This is Natalie K. Lang. Her first name comes from Orange is the New Black. Her middle name is in honor of my first initial, and she is named after Jessica Lange, my favorite actress of all time. Natalie was made by Heart of Forever and Always here on YouTube, and I got her in May of 2020. She actually arrived on my dad's birthday. This is Angel Nicole Newman. She, like Penelope, is an original character from one of my stories I have written, and she is the daughter of my favorite daytime soap opera couple, so she is technically from The Young and the Restless, and she was also created by Dallas Doll Co. In June of 2020, I bought a Kaya and a Josefina, whom I have since sold, but I got one back, so don't worry about that. But anyway, this is Kaya Tomi, and I bought her from a Facebook group, and this is actually my nanny, aka my grandma. This is her favorite doll. Then on their release day in June of 2020, I did buy 83 and 84 together. 84 is actually going to my best friend, and my best friend is not a doll collector, but I'm giving her Zoe, so Zoe is no longer in my collection. She's going to Janet's house. But this is Sienna Allison West. I really just loved the names Sienna and Allison. I have loved the name Allison for so long, and her last name of West is actually in honor of soap opera actress Mara West. This is my favorite Truly Me doll of all time. You guys, this is the best one right here. Then in July of 2020, I commissioned Dallas Doll Co. to make me a little rebel, if you will. So this is Merlot Augustine Carrington. She's technically named after the drink, kind of, because her whole vibe, like her whole look, was inspired by the name Merlot. I had her named before she was even here. She's a custom 84. And her middle name, Augustine, is in honor of the Taylor Swift song August, because she arrived on the day Folklore was released. And then Carrington is after Dynasty, but I'm talking about the 1980s Dynasty, not the cringy reboot. Then in July as well, I found a Marie Grace Gardner brand new in box on Mercari for $130. She's in pristine condition. She's adorable. I love her so much. In August of 2020, I bought my first doll from Seb Repaints. This is Yasmin Mariah Weaver. Her first name is after the Bratz doll. Her middle name comes from Mariah Carey, and her last name comes from Sigourney Weaver, the actress. So I love her. She is my most expensive doll. No, I never really tell you guys how much I pay for them if they're over a certain amount of money, but yeah, Yaz was my most expensive doll, and she is one that a lot of people recognize, and I've actually received offers for her, and I'm like, no, I cannot get rid of her. She's amazing. In September of 2020, I bought Simone Bindi Houston. She is a Truly Me 67. Her first name is after Raven Simone. I just really like the name Bindi, and her last name is in honor of Whitney Houston. This is Chloe Collette Dickens, and she's named after the Bratz doll, and her last name is in honor of actress Kim Dickens, who stars in Fear the Walking Dead as well as Sons of Anarchy as Colette, which is where her middle name comes from. Chloe's a custom Kanani with Truly Me 49 eyes and an Exquisite Doll Designs wig. Her head was sent to Dallas Doll Co. so she could pop the eyes in for me, because nobody in my family could do it. And Chloe's head was missing for 3 weeks. So we didn't know where she was, but she finally arrived, and she was able to get her eyes in, and it all worked out. And I love Chloe. Chloe's amazing. On her release day in 2020, I did purchase historical Courtney Moore, who I named Rhiannon Sarah Nicks, which is a complete reference to Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac, which is my favorite band of all time. And it honestly was fitting because she's 80s. I mean, probably 70s would have been a little bit better, but yeah, that's Rhiannon. Then for Christmas of 2020, my mom and dad got me Primrose Harmony Carter. I really just liked all the names, and she was a custom that was made by Small Friends, and her wig was given to her by Allison of AG Primrose. So her name is kind of in honor of Allison, because I did buy her. When I first saw this doll in Allison's collection, I was like, I would do anything to have that doll. And then she put it up for sale, and I was like, I have to have this doll. I told my mom, I said, I have to have this doll. I was gonna ask for another doll for Christmas, but I'm like, can I please ask for this custom? And I got Prim. January of 2021, I ordered Vienna Addison West and Adeline Jade Walker. Girl of the Year Kira Bailey and Be Forever Addie Walker. So her name, Vienna, she is actually fraternal twins with my 83 Sienna. So they were my first twins in my collection. And her middle name of Addison is in honor of Addison Montgomery from Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice. And again, West is in honor of actress Mara West. And then Adeline Jade Walker, I kept her name of Addie. I just made it a little bit longer, but I never call her Adeline. She's literally just Addie. And Jade, it's kind of in reference to the Bratz doll, because that's the thing. I incorporate a lot of my American Girls with the Bratz and Rainbow Highs. I don't know why I do that, but I just thought it went really well with Adeline. So, you know, she's adorable. Like, oh my God, I love this doll. And then sometime in the spring of 21, I got Virginia Erin Westfall, my Truly Me, or Just Like You 38. I found her on a Facebook group for $90 in perfect condition. So this is Ginny. Her first and middle name comes from the Waltons and her last name comes from Wentworth. Then in the spring of that year as well, I ordered Hayden Juliet Henner. She is a custom 4 from Dallas Dollco. Her first name of Hayden, I just really liked it. Juliet is after Juliet Capulet, and Henner is after Mary Lou Henner, the actress. And then, this is my pride and joy. This is 35th anniversary, Kirsten Larson. You can look at her in all of her glory. That is actually her doll from my childhood Kirsten, because I had Kirsten's bed and all her bedtime accessories and stuff, so that's how I got the doll. But I display her with 35th anniversary because she's in a much better condition than my childhood one, as you saw. In June of 21, I got Remy Kaylani Akina, and she is Truly Me 79 that I actually bought from AG Primrose. Remy, I just really like the name. Kaylani is after the singer Kaylani, and Akina because she is Kanani Akina's cousin. Remy is very important because she kept my channel afloat for a little bit because I moved right after I got her, and for a couple months there was no videos being uploaded, and Remy's was the last video I uploaded. But I love her. She's so unique, and everybody says she looks like a Kanani. She does, but I've said this before, I like her better than Kanani. Then I got a couple dolls in between, but I have since sold them. So I did buy this girly. This is Francesca Michelle Corinthos, and her first name is from Wentworth. Her middle name is technically from General Hospital in a way, and Corinthos is from General Hospital. So Francesca is one of my little rebel girlies as well. She is a Sabri Paints custom. Next up, we have my favorite doll in my entire collection. She is very, very important to me. I don't know why, but this is Opal Melody Reed. She was made by, I believe, Pixie Meadow Dolls. I can't remember, but it's my friend Emma. And Opal, I just really, really loved the name. Melody and Reed actually coincide because Melody is after soap opera actress Melody Thomas Scott, who plays Nikki Reed Newman on The Young and the Restless. Then in the summer of 21, I ordered Truly Me number 85, and this is Ruby Denai Aduba, and I really just like the name Ruby, plus it comes from Wentworth, and her middle name of Denai comes from The Walking Dead, and then her last name of Aduba comes from Orange is the New Black. She's amazing. I love her. Summer of 21, I found Truly Me 30's head on eBay, so I went ahead and bought it, and I gave her a new body. So this is Lilith Clementine King. She is the first in a trio of sisters you guys will see very, very soon. Her names are all inspired by Halsey songs, so she has songs called Lilith and Clementine, and King is in honor of Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, the album. That summer, I also got Daisy Esther Ellison. This is a renamed Melody doll. Her first name of Daisy, this is a funny story. So my friend Allie of Alley Cat Loves AG has a Melody, and her name is Maisie, and I was like, whenever I look at a Melody, I just think Maisie, but I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I texted her, and I was like, would you be okay with me naming my Melody Daisy? And she was like, of course. So I really like the name, and her middle name of Esther comes from the Waltons, and Ellison is just because I kept her last name like I do with all of my historicals. Sometime that summer as well, I bought a lot of dolls. I don't have any of them anymore, but it was so I could get a Kanani back. I paid $200 for the lot and got 4 dolls, so I technically paid $50 for this Kanani, and she's perfectly fine. So this is Kanani Kawaii Akina. The story with her is Chloe was my original Kanani, and then I customized her, and then I really wanted a Kanani back, so I found her, and her middle name of Kauai is named after the island because that is our favorite Hawaiian island to vacation to. On release day, I did buy Yvette Cora Peters. She's the only World by Us doll that I have, and everybody always asks, how do you take care of her hair? I do not touch this doll. I love her from afar. Her middle name of Cora I just liked, and then I just kept Yvette Peters as her name. So then in November of 21, I went to the Genesis concert with my parents and some of my aunts and uncles, and then the next day I convinced them to take me to American Girl. So this is when I bought Lolita Bryn Davidovich, and she is named after a Law and Order actress. So I love Truly Me 61. I will advocate for this doll all day, every day. She is one of my absolute favorites. And yes, there is the revamped version, but I highly recommend you go get an older version of her. Hiding over here is Mercedes Alana de la Garza, and she is a custom that I bought from Small Sophia, but was created by Small Dolls. Her first name of Mercedes I just came up with, and I was like, I've never named a doll so fast. I took her out of the box and I was thinking to myself, I was like, you're a Mercedes, that's your name. And she's named after Law and Order and FBI actress Alana de la Garza. So I love her. She is absolutely stunning, and I bought her in November of 21, or I think it was early December. It was sometime after Lolita. The first doll I bought in 2022 is Corinne Jupiter Tan, and I bought her with my mom and sister when we vacationed in Florida, and we actually got to go to the American Girl place Orlando. So I kept her name Corinne Tan, but I gave her the name of Jupiter in honor of Jupiter, Florida. So now these next couple of dolls here and a couple on the next shelf belong to my little sister. Like I said earlier, she was more into collecting Girl of the Years, with one exception. So I begged her for a very long time, can I please have your dolls to restore them and keep them safe? And finally, she said yes. So she can have them back at any time. So they don't have middle names or really any backstories, except for one of them, which we will get to when we get to her. So this is Girl of the Year 2005, Marisol Luna. Girl of the Year 2006, Jess McConnell, and Girl of the Year 2007, Nikki Fleming. This shelf makes me extremely nervous because Sonali fell over earlier and knocked Mia down, and then just knocked everyone else down, including Primrose and Yasmin, and I was not okay with that. Anyway, this one is the one that has the backstory. So this is Mia St. Clair, but my sister won this doll at a giveaway, okay? And I wanted her so bad. I would steal this doll and I would play with her and we would fight over this doll. And this is actually the only doll's name that my sister remembers. She was over here the other day and I said, those are yours. Do you remember what their names are? And this was the only one she remembered. And so when I got back into collecting, I ordered myself a Mia and I just didn't connect with her, so I sold her. And then I finally got this Mia. There's something about this Mia that I love. So this one does have a middle name in honor of my sister. So she is Mia Jordan St. Clair. Then we have Girl of the Year 2009, best friend Sonali Matthews. And my sister's final doll was Kit Kittredge's historical best friend, Ruthie Smithens. And she got her the same year I got Ivy from our grandparents. And I got all of these in early January of 22. This is Cecile Tinley Ray, and her middle name of Tinley I just really liked, and she is the Cecile doll. I hunted and hunted for her, and I was able to buy her in pretty good condition. She does have a chip on her nose that you can kind of see sometimes. I was able to buy her for under $200, and if you know about Cecile's, that is an incredible deal. This is Josefina Maritza Montoya. Her middle name of Maritza comes from Orange is the New Black, and she was a gift from my great aunt and uncle. My great aunt is actually an adult doll collector as well, and she is what really inspired me to not be shy about this hobby and, you know, just do what I love. So they are two of my absolute biggest supporters, and they wanted to help me complete my historical collection. So they got me Josefina for my birthday last year. At the time, all I needed was one more historical doll to complete the collection, and that is Rebecca Gray Rubin. I bought her, I believe, in mid-February of 2022, and her middle name of Gray is in honor of actress Linda Gray from Dallas. This is Isla Rosalie Banks. I really just like the name Isla. Rosalie is from Twilight, and Banks is after the singer of the same name. She is a Seb Repaints custom that I bought from my friend Emma, and her wig came from Dallas Doll Co., and she is like Yasmin and Primrose and Opal. She is one of our divas. Sometime in early 22, I found my holiest of all grails. This is Ainsley Cameron Seeger, and she is just like you, 15. If you don't know, this doll is very hard to find for a very good deal, but thanks to a friend of mine, I was able to pick her up for under $100 in basically brand new condition. She is named after, yep, you guessed it, another Law and Order actress. In the early spring of last year, American Girl was having a $98 sale on Truly Me's, and a really good friend of mine gave me his rewards points, so that is how I was able to buy Truly Me 81 Esme Mabel Carpenter. Her first name of Esme comes from Twilight. Her middle name of Mabel comes from the singer of the same name, and Carpenter is in honor of singer-actress Sabrina Carpenter. I believe in the beginning of the summer of last year, I was able to get Ella Scarlett Hale from a friend of mine over on Instagram. She is Truly Me 26. I love her so much. Ella just suited her so well. It was just so cute and adorable, and she is cute and adorable, so why the heck not? Scarlett, I just really like the name, and Hale is in honor of singer Lizzie Hale from the band Hailstorm. This is Grace Lillian Thomas. She was a gift from one of my little cousins. So her middle name of Lillian is in honor of my cousin Lily. And I could not believe she gave me this doll. She was like, we're putting all the doll stuff away and I know you need Grace for your collection, so I'm gonna give her to you. And she's in pristine condition. I can't believe it. I love Grace. Grace has my favorite collection of any girl of the year. So I was like, I will cherish her forever and ever. This is Truly Me 62, who I received from Lynn Life here on YouTube. Basically, the story was Koa bought both of us 62s brand new in box from the Mattel store. And then it just took us like a year and a half to exchange the doll and the money. So she lived at Koa's house for a while. But her first name of Navy is just, again, I really like the name. Ray is in honor of Lana Del Rey. And her last name of Sattler comes from Dr. Ellie Sattler of Jurassic Park. So that is Miss Navy Ray Sattler. Next, we have Claudia Amelia Wells, and I bought her on release day. This girl has such an incredible collection. Look at the outfit. I had so many videos on Claudia because I was obsessed with her and I thought she was like the cutest thing American Girl had ever made. She does not get the recognition and love she deserves, and everyone should have a Claudia in their collection. These two I bought together on release day. This is Truly Me 118, Kiara Claire Buchanan. She is the light skin enamel, and I waited so long for them to make a light skin enamel. So I was absolutely in shock. I knew this was going to be the first one I bought. I wanted to buy another one so I could get free shipping. So I bought this one. But anyway, her first name, Kiara, technically doesn't come from the Lion King, but I mean, that's where I heard it. I just really like the name Claire, and her last name of Buchanan comes from the soap opera One Life to Live, because the Buchanans are my favorite family. And this is Truly Me 110, Miss Nymeria Allison Stark, and her name is just a combination of whimsical, mystical, Game of Thrones things, and yes, she is named after Arya Stark's direwolf. This is Roxy Blair Roman, and she is a Small Friends custom that I bought off of an Instagram seller. She is one of my most elaborate girlies. She does have more tattoos on her other arm, and she does have her nose piercing. She's super unique. I love this doll. So Roxy, yes, she is named after the Bratz doll. Blair is after Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl, and Roman is actually from the show Monarch. This is Kumi Hazel King, and she is sisters with my number 30 and my number 40, who you will see in a second. She is a 64 that was sent to me by a subscriber. They used to work at an American Girl store and had some dolls new in box, and they sent me number 64. She is named after the Bratz doll. Oh, Kumi and Roxy. I didn't even realize that. And I got her in late fall of last year, I believe. And her middle name of Hazel, I just really liked the name. And obviously King is from the Halsey album. One of the last dolls I got in 2022 was Just Like You 24. This is Mari Eloise Winter, and she was a gift from one of my best friends in the entire world. He was clearing out his collection and he knew that I really loved 24, so he sent her to me along with a ton of clothes that I absolutely adore. So technically her name, Mari Winter, she is named after my favorite character from the show Wentworth. And I just liked the name Eloise and I thought it was cute and it fit her so well. This is Charlotte Jane Sarandon, and she is Truly Me 102, basically the story behind her. She's got a long backstory, so settle in for Charlotte. Basically what happened was my family was kind of, our flights got canceled for our vacation this last year, so we were waiting until our next flights happened, so we decided to go to Chicago, and I wanted to go to American Girl, so we did go, and I bought her, and I just really liked the names Charlotte and Jane, and they sound very sophisticated together, and her last name of Sarandon is in honor of actress Susan Sarandon, because why would I not have a doll named after her? This is Socorro Rosita Espinoza. She is Girl of the Year 2023, and I bought her on release day when I was in Hawaii this year. And her name, technically, she's named after two characters from The Walking Dead. Basically, Rosita Espinoza is my favorite female Walking Dead character. Her daughter's name is Socorro, and they call her Coco, and I thought it was so cute. So she's basically named after my Espinoza girls. This girl I've been struggling to name for forever. This is Truly Me 40, and this is Ada June King. She is the other sister to Kumi and Lilith, and she is a doll that I hunted for forever, and I finally found her on Mercari for a good price in good condition. So this is Miss Ada looking very fancy in her Love Shack fancy. Oh, we've got like 3 pink girls here. Fantastic. So then, my friends, as of today, I have dolls 71 and 72. These are the historical twins, and I would like you all to meet Nora Sue Hoffman and Nova Ellen Hoffman. Their first names, basically, I just really like the name Nova, and then Nora actually comes from my favorite One Life to Live character, and their middle names of Sue and Ellen are actually named after my second favorite Dallas character, Sue Ellen Ewing. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna split them up and give them to the twins. So they are my second set of twins, but I was waiting for them to get here before I filmed the collection video. So they arrived today and I filmed their unboxings, and they're absolutely stunning, and I cannot recommend the twins enough. That is always such a process, but it is such a fun process, and I absolutely love doing it, and I love sharing my collection with you all. So let me know down below who your favorite doll in my collection is. As of right now, there's no dolls I'm really looking for in particular, probably just a couple retired Truly Me's, but I'm not really on the hunt for anybody right now. Like I said, I have 72 dolls, so we're still under 100. That's a good thing, but you know, I hope we can still remain under 100 by the end of the year, but I don't know. I don't see myself buying that many AGs, but we will see. Anyway, I know this was a long one, so I hope you grabbed a snack and a drink and enjoyed. If you have not already, give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join the fam, and tap that really cool notification bell so you know the exact moment I post a new video. Have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.